This week we headed back to BNE2 for lunch. It's a nice little restaurant, and yes, we love all the decor, and yes, we love all the options for salsas for the chips, but I requested to go there because I was craving the menu item that they call the lawsuit. It's a crunch wrap, but it's so much better than a crunch wrap. It's what Taco Bell wishes the crunch wrap was. Oh, and the flan is good. All of the food is good, but I will never not order the lawsuit. As we're finishing up at the restaurant, Melissa just kind of started, I don't know, it was acting a little strange. And this couple had just come in, and Alex and I couldn't quite figure out what Melissa was trying to say. So after we left the restaurant, we're asking her, so what was the deal with that couple? She's like, that was Bo Nix, the Broncos quarterback. Alex and I were like, okay, that makes a little more sense as to what was going on there. So, yeah, apparently we saw Bo Nix at the restaurant too. So I finished my second book for 2025. It is called How to Be Everything by Emilie Wapnick. And basically, because I am in this position where I'm kind of looking for work again, I saw that title and thought it was interesting. And so I had Melissa check it out from the library. So the premise of the book is basically that not everybody has kind of a focused career where you were interested in biology in high school, you went to pre-med, you got your doctorate, and now you're a doctor. Not everybody has kind of those trajectory type careers that what you do is something that you're really interested in, and you can do it for as long as you want to, kind of thing. She proposes that there's basically 4 different types of people. There's people who are able to find a job that has kind of a variety of different aspects to it, which I would say when I was the tech coordinator for the school, that kind of fell into that sort of job where I was doing one job but accomplishing multiple tasks, and it gave me a variety, it kept things interesting. Then the second kind of person is the person who has a lot of little jobs, probably not for the same company. She calls it a slash. That's actually kind of what I'm doing right now, that I'm an Uber driver slash sub slash editor, those types of things, where you have multiple jobs that are unrelated to each other, and that, if it covers the bills, that is a viable option as well. The third type of person, she actually calls the Einstein, not meaning that this person is an absolute genius, but that the person has a job that pays the bills, and then they spend their time doing other things that they're really interested in. Not a lot of people know that Einstein was actually a patent clerk. That was his job, but certainly not what he was known for. And so there are people who have a good enough job that pays the bills, and then they are able to find other jobs to kind of make things fun and interesting. And then the fourth type of person is a person who gets really excited about one topic, and they spend a lot of time doing that, and that's what pays the bills for a little while. And then they start to realize that that's not quite as interesting and fun as it once was, and so they kind of start looking for another job and head off in that direction and do that for a little bit. And then when that one finishes, and she refers to that as the phoenix, that not necessarily that you burn out and explode, but that when you fizzle out on a particular job, you can rise from the ashes and do another job. And so it was really encouraging to really get some input about some different options of how I could pursue careers moving forward. So I thought it was a really good read. If you're a person who doesn't desire to just do one thing for your variety and fulfillment, perhaps this would be a good read for you as well. So my lawn is in kind of an interesting state right now. I've got patches like this where it is absolutely dry and short, and then I've got places like the base of this tree where everything's tall and really lush, and I've got places in the yard where everything's fairly short, but it's wet enough that I'm growing mushrooms. So I think I'm gonna try mowing and seeing if I can bring my lawn back to some sort of stability. And after mowing the lawn, I decided to also fertilize it, and then while I'm out working on the lawn and dealing with fertilizer, let's also deep root feed my tree. For Monday's dinner, again, Alex did all the work, but went a little bit more direct and made a stew in a Dutch oven. Stews aren't necessarily known for their fancy plating, but it was still a really good dinner. I've seen these shirts and hoodies around some this month. One of my students was wearing one today, so I asked her if I could film it.
I read Fateless by Julie Kagawa, and it was a really fun fantasy set in kind of a desert world, a young adult, of course. And it's about a girl who is this amazing thief and has been raised kind of on the streets with the Thieves Guild. And she is given the task of stealing a part of the Loom of Fate, which is a religious artifact that they felt like held a lot of power. And when she is successful in bringing a bunch of it, not quite all of it, to who has requested it, it starts a whole cascade of events that she never could have foreseen. It was a lot of fun. I liked the world building, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the series goes from there.
On Friday, we had a tenor bass choir event at Rock Canyon High School. I took 9 people from DC. The choir director that they brought in for the clinic helped these lower voices improve their singing techniques. And at the end, there was a concert of about 300 students for an audience of about 10, so the audience went on stage and the choir sat in the auditorium.